We on? All right. You guys ready on the left?
Ready to go.
Folks, the press and the Down Beach Current were notified of this meeting. A copy of same was posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building and on the municipal website. The meeting will come to order. Would you please stand for the flag salute? Attention salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Tom, would you call the roll?
Becker. Mr. Blumberg. Here. Ms. Dalby.
Here.
Okay, before we proceed, we are going to turn the meeting over to the FMBA. Tonight is their annual scholarship award. John, would you like to? You could, hey, John? Tom, would you like to sit here?
I'm just going to take this, is that all right?
All right, guys, we've been doing this scholarship for over 20 years now. It's the Margate City Firefighters Mutual Benevolent Association, Local 41. And since 2002, the scholarship name was in Kevin P. O'Hara. Kevin was a firefighter with us and also a police officer for the city of Margate. And this year, we've been lucky enough to have another scholarship memorial for Michael McCormick. And we've been donating a sum of money from his family to give out scholarships for the next 15 to 20 years. So it's very nice of the McCormick family. And what I'd like to do, I'd just like to call all the scholarships winners up here, and we'll talk about it once you get up here. Caroline Bradley, Megan Gleason, McGuire Drew, Tyler Flynn, Catherine Vesper, Julie Campbell. Let's come right up here.
Hi, guys.
Congratulations.
Guys.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the scholarships winners this year. And what we did this year is the first time we're giving out 6 scholarships to, who are we missing?
Julie.
She's probably in Michigan.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, just like Julie. We're giving out six scholarships this year for the first time. We're giving out 2 $1,000 scholarships and 4 $500 scholarships. Our first $1,000 scholarship winner is Caroline Bradley. Caroline is a graduate of Holy Spirit High School. She graduated as a 3.9 GPA and was a member of the girls' lightweight 8 crew team and won gold medals at the Stotesbury Cup Regatta and National Championship Regatta, I believe, 4 years, which is the first time in Holy Spirit history? Is that the first time? First time for national championships. That's a great honor to have. She currently works as a Longport lifeguard, and she'll be attending college at Charleston in the fall and major in marine biology. Caroline Bradley. Our second $1,000 scholarship winner is Megan Gleason. Megan is also a graduate of Holy Spirit High School. Megan graduated with a 3.8 GPA and class rank of 41. Megan played field hockey and also rode for Holy Spirit High School. She will attend Temple University in the fall and major in communications. Congratulations, Megan. Now our $500 scholarship winners. McGuire Drew. McGuire is a graduate of Atlantic City High School. McGuire graduated with a 4.2 GPA, class rank of 12. She was a member of the Honor Society and the Secretary of Student Council. She was a field hockey scholar athlete, lacrosse club goalie, and the softball manager. McGuire will attend Marist College in the fall and major in international business. Congratulations. Our next $500 scholarship is Tyler Flynn. Tyler is another graduate from Holy Spirit. He graduated with a 3.0 GPA, played football for the team for 4 years and has 3 state championship rings. He's also active in our community by volunteering his time to the Field of Dreams and Hoops for all programs. Tyler will attend Albright College in the fall and major in criminal justice. Congratulations, Tyler. Catherine Vesper is our next $500 scholarship winner. Catherine is another Holy Spirit graduate. She graduated with a 4.0 GPA and class rank of 16. She was a member of Latin Honor Society, National Honor Society, and editor of the school paper. Catherine was a captain of both swim team and crew team. She currently works as a Longport lifeguard and will attend College of Charleston in the fall and major in athletic training. Congratulations, Catherine. Our next $500 scholarship winner was unable to attend tonight, but her father, Dan, is accepting the award. Julie Campbell graduated from Ocean City High School with a 3.3 GPA. Julie played field hockey all 4 years at Ocean City and was on the honor roll for 3 years. She's active in the community by volunteering her time also at the Field of Dreams and beach cleanup programs. Julie will be attending Michigan State in the fall and major in communications. So everybody please give a round of applause for our scholarship winners. Thank you very much. Congratulations. All right, let's all get a quick picture for Karen, guys. You guys want to come up for a picture?
Do we have to?
Congratulations, all of you.
Congratulations, guys.
Pictures, Mayor, come on up.
Now, you girls can't touch each other like that.
Stand next to Caroline. It's all fun.
Good night. Congratulations.
We have before us the minutes of our June 19th meetings. Are there any additions or corrections?
I'll make a motion, we accept those minutes.
I second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Mr. Dalby?
Yes.
Okay, at this point, we open up for our first of 2 public comment sessions. 3 minutes, you may speak on any subject.
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Mayor, sometimes I have to listen to things 2 or 3 times to believe how one person could continue to make such fundamentally flawed and fraudulent misrepresentations to the public as you did at the last commission meeting. You tried to convey that the asbestos tile removal was being covered by a ROD grant. That $2 million plus ROD grant, 60% of that ROD grant was going to make up that $1.3 million. Well, Mayor, that's either a flat-out lie or you're totally addled. Take your pick. I mean, it's just insane. Absolutely, positively insane, Mayor, that you could continue to insist upon that. And I think it's incumbent not only upon your dubious, duplicitous accountancy firm in Ocean City, but upon our city administrator as well, to get to the bottom of this, Mayor, because you're dead wrong. Dead wrong. And the worst part of it is, Mayor, it clearly indicates that you're totally zoned out during the Board of Estimate hearing. Totally zoned out. Because your man from Fort Scott went to great pains to schmooze the shoes off everybody. But I happened to be listening rather closely to what that gentleman had to say. And that gentleman was saying that it would result in no increase in cost to the taxpayers. But unfortunately, Mayor, he forgot to tell you that it would also not result in any decrease to the taxpayers. And if Mr. Deeney is earning his salt, he might want to wonder why we rolled over $1.3 million in bonded indebtedness instead of reducing our bonded indebtedness by $1.3 million. Mayor, do you have any idea why there's no ROD grant money for asbestos tile removal, Mayor? That's a question. That's an interrogatory.
It's not a question and answer, period.
Well, I'll give you the answer to it, Mayor. Listen up real close.
I'm listening.
Listen, don't try to multitask at your stage, Mayor. It's a dangerous preoccupation. The reason that there's no ROD grant money for asbestos tile removal, because it's totally bogus. It's a bogus problem that's created. And do you remember the question I had posed to you before? What would a 10% referral fee be on $1.3 million, Mayor?
15 seconds, John.
Well, you're not giving me 15 seconds of an answer, Mayor. $130,000, Mayor. That's rather tempting to anybody to have on the table. But I'm telling you, Mayor, that the solution to that problem was carpeting, which eliminates 99.9% of any asbestos fiber problems. And in fact, by removing the asbestos tiles, you actually get it airborne in all the nooks and crannies of the tiles and the other surfaces in the hallways. So I think it's Mr. Deeney's job to research that issue, and that it was not a ROD grant. He can talk to Susan Paleo, and she'll even be able to explain it to Mr. Deeney. And I want a correction, Mayor. You can turn that off, but I can speak louder than that, Mayor. I can boom you off this podium. Let's get a correction, Mayor. You owe it to the public that you squandered $1.3 million and put us $1.3 million in bonded indebtedness.
Sit down, John.
No, I'm not going to sit down until I get an assurance that Mr. Deeney's going to research that issue. Mr. Deeney, can you do your job for a change? Thank you.
Sharon Simon, 424 North Thurlow Avenue. In regard to this is not an question and answer period, it's for comment only. That wasn't the case in prior commissions, and in fact, I OPRA'd and asked for if there was a resolution to change that, and there was not. There's nothing in writing other than the fact that you as mayor has deemed and ruled that there'll be no answering of questions, which, John's favorite word, capriciously, you don't even apply, because if you want to answer it, not for me, but someone else, you answer it, and then when you don't, you don't. So I would like to suggest that as a commission, you go back to the way it's supposed to be for public participation, and if you don't want to answer questions, then you need to have a resolution and vote all three of you to adopt it. Thank you. As far as dredging, Solicitor Abbott, you talked about having a game plan. Is anybody working on that, or is there someone assigned in our city to make sure that we do have a game plan and we go through with dredging?
I remember that we talked about it. It was a Department of Transportation issue now, and that there was money set aside, but that's all I recall. I don't know if anybody else remembers anything else, but if we could, it would be nice to move forward.
I think the idea was someone from Margate, when the city was supposed to be in charge of that, because they're not going to do it for us. So, as that Public Works, I don't know if you could, well...
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I was advising the commissioners that they've now transferred dredging over from the DEP to the DOT, which is a very favorable
Right.
development for us. And I believe Commissioner Talby mentioned this one time before, that there's an $800,000, from what we understand, an account that was set up that might be available for Margate's use on dredging. So to that end, Ed Wahlberg and I have discussed, and we probably will come up with a game plan to present. Eddie and I just talked about it 15 minutes ago again, as to how do we try to do this, because it's very, very difficult and complicated to deal with the DEP. But as far as I can tell, with all three of the commissioners, they are receptive to trying to get our back bay dredged out. And of course, I very much am too. But it's a topic near and dear to my heart, but it's a very complicated and very expensive, unless we come up with a novel way to get rid of dredged material, which is what we're looking into right now.
So you answered my question. You are working with Mr. Wahlberg.
Yes, I would say that.
So that's great.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate for answering the question. As far as Commissioner Tarbee, you made a comment at one of the meetings, if there's trash on the beach, that you should call Public Works and it'll be taken care of, and if it's a weekend, should call Mr. Fishbein on his cell number. Is that what the policy is, that anybody who has any problem with any trash can immediately pick up the phone and call Mr. Fishbein on his cell number during the weekend? Because that's how it was presented out to that, and I hope you can clarify that, because I don't know that we pay Mr. Fishbein to be on call 24/7. I could be wrong, but it would be nice if you could clarify that. As far as speaking out at meetings and saying things, you made an announcement when Mr. Deeney came back that he was retiring, which he hadn't officially announced, and that Chief Wolfson should come in, and I understand from people at a Public Works meeting that you announced it again. Is this a decision that's been made by the commission? Has Mr. Deeney decided to officially retire? Why are you making announcements like this when it's kind of like, is this something you want to see happen, and therefore you're just putting it out there? You don't have to answer that question. As far as legal fees, you can't have to. As far as legal fees, it is important to have the details, because as I can see from those details, Rob Arano is still working without a contract. So I'm hoping Mr. Deeney will look into that. The whole thing was we had to pass our new budget. We passed our new budget. He's working without a contract. It's in violation of contract law. Okay? And the last comments I'm going to make is in response to some of the comments Mayor Becker made at the last meeting about Jenkins, and I never once said that you knew Jenkins. Whether you know Jenkins or not has nothing to do with it, and there is an issue with Raymond, and there's an email to prove that you did interfere politically, and it will come out legally at some point, I hope, and to infer that Mr. Jenkins got let go, he's not happy about that, so thank you.
Mayor, can I just respond briefly to two comments that Mrs. Simon made? The first was Rob Fishbein is our supervisor on duty on the weekends, and our team at the table here, most of us have his cell, so that's not intended for the general public to know. And regarding the Rich Deeney, last week I had a breakfast with our Public Works team just to thank them for their work and kind of, as a rah-rah getting ready for the summer. And I presented a report, sort of a year-end summary, and I expressed how great a job I thought Rich Genie has done for us, and how his municipal acumen, his 40-plus years of experience has been very helpful to all of us, and we've all learned a lot. And that unfortunately, it's my understanding he's retiring at the end of this year, and that while he was out on sabbatical over the winter, Chief Wilson stood in and he did an outstanding job. So my personal hope is that the chief will step in when Rich is ready to step down. And I did say after I said that I'm just one of three, but that's what my hope is.
Any other public comment?
He didn't officially announce that he was retiring.
Uh,
Just like the announcement that was
Richard Miskowski, 9,000 Winchester Avenue, and I have a problem with the flag. Now, this goes back to when the school used to put up the flag and all. The constant banging of the fittings for putting the flag up and banging against that aluminum hollow pole. On a real windy day, you can reel it. It's really disturbing. It wasn't as bad during the daytime because we're awake, but in the evening and at night, if it's a real strong wind, it bangs back and forth constantly. So if the fittings could be somehow be changed to plastic or some kind of rubbering device that could be put over these clamps to eliminate the sound. Now, I'm the only one who really complains about it because I live across the street, but the new neighbor who just purchased the house, I was talking to him today, and he said, what's with all this noise with this flagpole? And I said, why don't you come over tonight and, back me up on this? So as long as during the daytime, I don't really have a complaint, neither does my wife, but our bedrooms are right here. When the kids come back to sleep, stay over and all, they complain. So if something could be done about that, we would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Richard. Did you want to say something?
I just wanted to say, Mr. Markowski, that I'm going to ask Frank Richetti to look into that and silence the flag for us. That's not a problem. Thank you.
Anyone else? Your motion to close public comment?
Mike, before we close, I just wanted to comment. I forgot at work session that I wanted to thank, we have a Public Works employee who decided to move on, and after 12 years of dedicated service to Margate City, decided to take another job, and that fellow was Ron Day, and I just wanted to publicly thank Ron Day for his 12 years of service. Certainly whenever I asked him to do something, he absolutely did it without question, and I'm going to miss him. So thanks to Ron Day for 12 years of dedicated service.
Well done. Motion to close public comment.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Taube?
Yes.
Is there, we'll open public comment on resolutions. Is there any comment on the resolutions on the agenda?
Sewell, 22 West Drive. For Mr. Markowski's problem, the material to be used is Zorbathane. Zorbathane, S-O-R-B-T-H-A-N-E. Zorbathane, invented by the Aussies down under. Mayor, your undivided attention to Resolution 145. 145? Are we there yet, Mayor? Are we on register?
I'm with you, guys.
All right, the synapses and neurons are working okay? I took the time to read the resolution in its entirety, and I've read some nice gobbledygook in my time, but the City of Margate, the Board of Commissioners, has determined it has a need, perhaps as opposed to a want, to seek outside funding to address public policy and capital priorities as a non-fair and open contract pursuant to NJSA What precisely is this $12,000 for, Mayor? It isn't like that $4,600 that Fort Scott gives out, is it? What is it for? Can the solicitor brighten us up a bit? Enlighten us? Or is that Mr. Deeney's province?
I'll be glad to help you, Mr. Sewell.
Yes. Help the poor unfortunate.
Yes. We've spoken a number of times over the last year about the services that Mr. Ratala provides, and this would be an annual contract with Mr. Ratala to continue his services through the end of 2014. And primarily what he does is work with our city and others in the area, including Atlantic City, Brigantine, Summers Point, and a few others, in seeking, staying very attuned to and seeking grants on the state level for us and communicating with state officials and administrators of those grants for grants that we've already received and applying for future grants. And that's what he will continue to do if we award him this contract, which I strongly recommend. He's been very successful so far. We spoke earlier when Ed Wahlberg was speaking at the workshop meeting about grants that we've been successful in obtaining to do the street work, the street sidewalk program, and we've supplemented the monies that we had previously received and more than doubled it, and we've applied for additional grants and expect to receive upwards of $500,000 worth of grants this year.
Well, going forward, Mr. Deeney, could you and the solicitor perhaps subscribe to the plain English doctrine vis-a-vis resolution drafting? Because I don't think I see the word grants anywhere on this 8.5 by 14 legal size sheet.
I don't have my legal degree, just my financial degree. I can
Well,
tell
the
you that
solicitor does have one.
the contract's for $12,000, so we do have the $12,000.
Well, if it's about grants, I think the word grant should appear somewhere in that 8.5 by 14 legal sheet. I don't think we should have to, grasp in the dark to figure out what you're talking about. Plain English city administrator, plain English city solicitor. You're a foregone mess, Mayor. I won't even urge you for plain English. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any comment on resolutions?
Commissioner Blumberg, does this resolution have a number?
Yes. It's 156. It's 156.
Oh, I didn't turn the page. I apologize. I would like to comment on it, except I don't know how to comment on it right now because at the work meeting, the mayor indicated...
Well, I
that
can tell you that what we're doing, what Tom is working on feverishly is adding a paragraph that handles the mayor's suggestion.
Suggestion.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
So that'll be, as soon as he doesn't have a lot of time. Are you ready? Tom's ready.
Can it be read before...
He's going to read it.
Oh, okay, well, I'll sit
That's
down
his
then.
plan.
Excuse me, could you please treat me with the respect I deserve?
Yes, thank you for your concerns.
Well, I wasn't going to read the whole thing, right? Correct?
Yes, but for now, can you just read the additional paragraph?
The third paragraph states that the City of Margate on November 21st, 2013, adopted Resolution 232 resolving that the NJDEP remove Margate City from the proposed beach replenishment and dune construction schedule. The next paragraph would read, as per the mayor's suggestion, there was correspondence received each city commissioner from NJDEP Commissioner Bob Martin on December the 4th, wherein Commissioner Martin stated that the Department of Environmental Protection will not recommend to the Army Corps that Margate be removed. He felt that the project and dunes are essential to safety, health, and welfare, and that he urged that we move forward and cooperate with the easements, and that there will be no change in the plans of the state regarding dune system. That would be the paragraph.
I'm fine with that.
Good.
Is that
Thanks,
okay?
Tom. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Just keeps the record nice and straight. It's like great.
Sharon, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think you still have 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
No, it's not. It's 2 minutes and
Okay,
15
so
seconds.
here's my comments on that resolution. I'm not commenting on the content of the resolution. I'm just expressing my interest in seeing that it gets approved. At the last commission meeting, Mayor Becker said we're up against a wall here, and, we got to do it, and Commissioner Tobby's like, hurry, let's get the attorney's opinions in a month, because, she wants the dunes in here, he wants the dunes in here, and at least by his actions, he doesn't seem to not want to stop the dunes. So I hope that that will be voted on and sent off, and in addition to the work that we're doing with these attorneys. And also, this is a request on behalf of the citizens questioning the beach project. Dan couldn't be here, but he asked if I could please ask the mayor if you could have, I know in the past we've had summer meetings for the summer residents. I know Commissioner Tobby was very big on having them the last 2 summers. If we could schedule one in August, particularly to update people on what the status of the dunes is. It is of great interest to the summer people, and also whatever other issues that you feel as a commission that you would like to do. I know a lot of people have been asking questions, they don't know what's going on, and rather than have them come to the hardware stores, you invite them to come, and they're getting a story of, whatever, this or that, your opinion, your intent. I will also note that in terms of this issue of moving quickly and making our position clear, at the June 5th meeting, I went back and listened to the tape. You said, I don't know if anybody knows this, but they do have an appraiser in. They're coming to take the easements. I got a call from Bill Dixon 45 minutes ago, and they're signing this participation agreement, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Like, oh, by the way, this is moving forward. So, let's sign the resolution. Let's get on. I'm going to be opening all the documentation with the DEP, the Army Corps, and the city from the election to present, and I ask that in the future, and I've asked this before, Mayor Becker, that your communications be in the form of email and not telephone conversations. I know you prefer telephone conversations because then there's no transparency or public record, but that's not really the way we should be doing business. Thank you.
Commissioner Tawby spoke to me about a week ago about having a meeting in the summer, so that's in the process of getting planned, but thank you for bringing that up. Steve?
Steve Warner, 103 North Sumner, back with your resolution, whatever it was, the last one. With these two, now therefore be it resolved that the City of Margate desires, I'm going to cut some things out, but essentially desires to work cooperatively with the state and federal officials on a beach replenishment project, and then be it further resolved, City of Margate's in favor of a larger and wider beachfront in addition to the existing and effective bulkhead. I think it should either that should be eliminated completely, or it should say this was presented to the state on whatever date it was, April 1st, and the state said they're not going to do it, okay? So what's the point of even having that in there, okay? It's either going to be replenishment in dunes or nothing, okay? So that definitely should be in there. That's my first point. My second point, what the citizens voted on here was they didn't want the dunes, but there was a lot of other things involved with this besides the dunes, all right? And as I said, if the citizens had to consider whether, it was going to cost, if they were going to cost them money in the form of higher insurance premiums, or in the form of less grants for other things, would they still go for this? I don't know whether they would have voted for it. So I think, if anything, there should be another referendum. And also, we still don't know about, that we haven't gotten anything from the lawyers as far as what the legal status of this is. I don't believe we have. But I see there was another victory for the state as far as the easements, where somebody in Brick Township or somewhere thought they were going to get $850,000, and they ended up getting $300. So that didn't work out too good for them. So, there's a lot of things that haven't been dealt with here, and I think your resolution, Maury, needs some more work. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Any other comment? Is there motion to close public comment?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
Tom?
Before I go on, I just wanted to let you know that when we awarded the two contracts to the two attorneys last week, I thought I recognized the one name, and I looked back, and Scott, you might remember, back in 05 or 06, was it Yoshkin, is that his name? The one guy?
Neil Yoskin.
Yoskin. He was appointed awarded the contract by the city back in 05 or 06, when Ventnor had, I think John mentioned earlier, when Ventnor was going to do that growing, the city actually awarded him a contract, passed the resolution. And
I'm not aware of that.
okay, I'm just letting everybody know that the city did award him a contract back in 05 or 06, and it ended up, because it never took place, he actually never did any work. But I just wanted to let people know
The
that.
city of Margate.
Yes.
Awarded him a contract, but it never came in, we never used him.
Yes.
Okay.
Passed the resolution and awarded the contract. I just want to let everybody know that.
My recollection is that Margate was opposed to that jetty at Martindale Avenue. So what you're saying is the governing body hired Yoskin to look in to see what Margate's legal position was regarding that jetty.
Exactly. I just wanted everybody to know that.
I
thought
don't
it was interesting.
ever remember him being involved with it.
Yeah,
And I
but
certainly
we
wasn't
never.
aware of
I
that.
think it was resolved and went away, so we never actually had to pay him. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay, we have the first reading of ordinance 2014-28, supplementing and amending Chapter 175 Land Use regarding the front setback calculation. Second reading, public hearing, July 17th, 5 p.m.
I'll make that motion then.
I'll second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
And resolutions 144, authorized payment claims and payroll.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
145, awarding a contract to Jim Rotella not to exceed $12,000.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Blumberg?
Yes, and I want to thank Jim for all the good work that he's done for us to date. Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
146, authorize the cancellation of various improvements on the water and sewer utility capital.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
147, authorizes cancellation of various in the general capital.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
148, authorizes the bans in the amount of $9,950,000.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
149, awards a contract to asphalt paving for the 2013 road program in the amount of $1,573,800.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
150, authorizes a revocable license agreement for 7 South Frontenac Avenue.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
151, authorizes a license and hold harmless agreement to 8500 Ventnor Avenue.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
152, approves liquor license renewal, One-Eyed Luke, Inc. It's a 4-year renewal dating back 4 years to an inactive license. And Scott, I forwarded you that information. Did you see that?
Tom.
Okay.
I spoke about it at workshop.
I'll make the motion.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Becker? I'm sorry. Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
And then 153 authorizes a person-to-person transfer of One-Eyed Luke, from One-Eyed Luke to Karen Sherman.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
154 awards a contract for the purchase of uniforms for the police and fire department to This and That Uniforms, the amount of $26,615.30.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
155 awards a contract for the purchase of the beach tractor for the Public Works Department through the co-op in the amount of $59,572.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
And 156 is the resolution that was previously read earlier by Commissioner Blumberg and then amended a few minutes ago.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Ms. Talby?
Yes.
Thank you all for being here.
Hey, Scott, I have a quick question for you.